everybody, and welcome back to my channel. As you might be able to tell, I am not at home. However, I do have a Maxie with me. We are on the most stunning yard I have ever had the privilege to stable my horses on. And not only do we have Maggie with us, we also have Donutty with us. And we're here for a bit of a training boot camp. Okay, so you'll have seen from the title that I have come here to train with the incredible Nicola Wilson. Absolute legend. I have admired her for so many years. And then as part of Wesco, you may have already seen the vlog, I was lucky enough to be able to have a lesson with her just before we went to BD Nationals. And we had a cross-country lesson, and it was Miss Maxie who had the lesson, and I so enjoyed it that I got Nicola's contact details and asked her if we could do some extra training. And with that, I've just spotted a cat. With that, here we are. It's Monday today. It's quite late on. I've just come to do evening checks with the ponies. And yeah, we're here for boot camp. So we've popped up. We left home at lunchtime. It took us about 3 hours to drive here. And then I've had 2 show jumping lessons, but obviously we looked at a lot on the flat. And then tomorrow I'm going to have 2 cross-country lessons. First thing, really early doors. So I'm going to let you watch the videos of how our show jumping lessons went. The ponies and I are going to have an early night, because then in the morning we are having our first lesson at 7 a.m. And Donut is absolutely staring at this cat. Hi, cat. I think the cat's had a haircut. Hello, lion sheep. You alright, Maxie? Hi, little cat. Look at your tail. So yes, go take a look at those clips, see what you think, and I will see you in the morning. Okay then, so first up is Donutty. I don't have any footage of us warming up, but Nicola spent a lot of time with us working on the flat to make sure that he was at the right pace and straight. So he falls into the left or out to the left, depending on which rein is on. And he also is quite speedy, so she wanted me to slow down and to look after that straightness. So if he's on the left rein, nudge him out so that he's not falling onto the left shoulder, onto the inside, and on the right rein, just to make sure I balance and keep him upright and not falling out through the shoulder. So we then went on to working with this little exercise. As you can see, there was 4 bounces, I think it is, in a straight line. At the mirror end of the arena, there was 3 raised cavalettis on curving canter stride, and then on this end there was a pole, cross pole, pole, and we built it up, as you can see. And then this is where we went to doing it all 3 together, so curving line, then straight, then a curving line. And I was actually really impressed with how Donut did this, even though we get in a bit of a kerfuffle there, because actually when she said we were going to do that, I thought there's no hope of me turning after those bounces. And as it was, he did, because Nicola got me to get him to listen and to sit more on his hocks rather than just running through the bridle a little bit blind almost. So we did a lot of that exercise until we were quite good at it, and then we started playing with the combination and he popped down it. I was really pleased because I'm not sure he's done anything like that before, let alone with all the poles in. And as you can see, as the session goes on, Nick had me really using my body, so I'm getting sat more upright, And she also started getting me to creep my reins longer, which means that Donut can use his head and neck more and open his shoulders up more. So then we started using the whole lot as a bit of a course, and we came around to this. Quite funny, we actually managed to flatten the whole lot, but it's good because he's using his head and neck and he's getting a chance to suss it out. He thought that green water tray was very spooky, but soon got over himself, bless him. And you can just see my reins creeping out and my hands trying to stay low, and I found it really stopped me interfering. Nick also highlighted a habit I knew I had, but it's good to have somebody point it out and keep on top of you with. When going right particularly, I end up with a bit of a right twist on landing. So you notice when I'm left, I'm much straighter, and particularly down the combi. But if I'm landing to turn right, I will twist my right shoulders slightly. So here it felt, not perfect, but it felt like we're making progress. So watch here. I think I was actively trying not to twist here. And I didn't twist, but I was probably a bit quick to unfold, which is what made him have that fence behind. But we're working through a lot of things, and I really felt like I had a lesson where I was challenged and pushed, and that we're now working towards his way of going for the future. I would say, this isn't how we're going to get a perfect double clear at 100 level, but this is what we need to work through in order to be getting ready to move up the grades even further. I'm sort of nannying him along a little bit at the moment, but that then means that I'm not always going to be able to micromanage him as we go through. So he's got to use his body and his eye and his head and neck more himself and sit on his quarters. So this is what we're starting to work on now. And the challenge for me now is to balance that with going out and competing and then making the improvements in the meantime. Right, let's go on to Magsy. So again, with Maggie, we spent a lot of time on the flat, and here Nick had me getting her really straight and stepping through with her hind leg, and it made her really uphill. Finally, you guys know how long I have been working to get Maggie uphill. I sat and had a chat with her about how Maggie can go off the bridle when I'm jumping around sometimes, and I was explaining how she feels like she's off the leg, but then she can suddenly get really suspicious and not go. And Nick's answer was that Maggie was probably, she is incredibly careful, and she noticed that with both my horses, a couple of strides out, once I've seen a stride, I'll soften my reins and give them their head. But she said, particularly for Maggie hates that feeling of being dropped in front of a fence. So actually, it's the worst thing for me to do for her is to let her just be loose and free in front of a fence. So instead, no matter what, I have to keep a contact. So even here, I was coming in on a flyer, and I kept the contact, and Maggie was like, "Yep, I've got it, Mum." So she was much, much happier. So again, Nick really wanted me to ride with my upper body, and then we were just using an aid of me literally just resting the whip on her shoulder as a touch, and it just made her go really forwards and into the bridle, and it was fantastic. So I was sort of almost sitting a bit quieter, but much, much more effectively. So again, we did the same exercise to warm up with, and then we jumped around these fences, working in this way that Nick wanted us to, and it was so much better. We just finished off with that 3 fences without quite such a forward stride, and that was it. The horses went to bed ready for cross country the next day. Clever ponies. So this is what we were jumping, and obviously this is where we're staying. 5-star luxury accommodation. Good morning, everybody. I'm here with my studs and my bridles and my boots. Good morning, Daddy. Lexi. Right. It is 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. We've got that morning sun glow. And hello, darling. We're going to be having first lesson at 7. I'm going to start off with Mr. Donutty, but obviously I need to skip out first. And Donny's been making a mess. So I'm going to pop this stuff down and then I must get cracking.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass.
Right then, we're out in Nicola's amazing cross-country field, which has everything you need for training, to be fair. We warmed up over some really dinky little fences, getting a rhythm. So Nicola changed quite a bit in that time. So again, working on the lengthening of the reins. She also shortened my stirrups right up and actually wants me even shorter still. So because I've got some snazzy wide stirrups, I'll need to order some new ones, but we went as short as we could go because I am not allowed to sit down anymore cross country, so long reins and standing up. And so basically going to my hand or my seat is a last resort, Nick wants me to do. So it is quite a drastic change to my riding style. I would normally use my hands for a half halt to balance and straightness, as well as my legs obviously, and I would use my seat to ask them to move up, etc. So it feels like a real big change, and it is making moves much more towards the way I want to ride. But it was definitely interesting doing it. I need to get stronger, and we were using my body and leaning slightly forwards for quicker, obviously, leaning back and tucking my bottom underneath me for slower. So all of those changes I was trying to get used to as we went. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to shut up because Mum stood right next to Nick, so you can just listen to what she was saying to me and get a bit of an insight for it. So a bit more of a raw vlog from here, but I hope you enjoy.
Steady, you're too fast. Slowly but powerfully. Steady. Now collects the canter through the turn. Collects the canter. Steady. Feed the rein out. Eyes up. Oh, not a problem. Arrowhead roll top, I mean. to the right. Well done, lovely. But that wasn't a problem, the log into the water, was it?
No.
See there how the rain was too short? I'm saying this for the video, hopefully the
Yes.
video will pick it up. The rain was too short, his head came back at you. Just travel on, go on uphill, travel on. Nice steady, whoa, 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 balancing. Oh, that was fantastic. Perhaps there we ought to have maybe turned a circle.
When I was like going, I was thinking, should I turn a circle?
Yes. And I didn't want to say anything because it was too late.
Yes.
It was too late for you then to process it, to either turn or to go forward.
Yes.
So it was entirely your just. Okay, that's it. So look across to your table. Turn the outside of him, not as your inside rein. Now look at the canter. Go on, move him on up. Move him. Up with your shoulders. Good. Lower leg, lower leg, lower leg. Better. And then sit up, steady.
Sorry, I was in your way.
Look at your hedge. Keep the rein long. Good boy. Well done. Go on, move him on. Move him on. That's it.
Keep shortening my race.
You do. Keep lengthening it. Give him a chance. And collect him. Steady, steady, steady. Collect. Balance through the turn. Super.
So we then did the quickest change ever. I switched to Maggie. Bear in mind that both of my lessons were done by quarter to 9, I think. So I quickly switched to Maggie. We got warmed up. Same principle as with Donut. Went over the little fences, got the straightness, got my stirrups even shorter with her. And again, similar principles for riding, but the big thing for her was to make sure I didn't drop the contact. As you will have heard Nicola saying with Donut, there was bits where she wanted me to use my lower leg to nudge him on, so I was standing up, but instead of driving with my seat, I was using my lower leg to nudge him on, and that was really crucial with Maggie too. Unfortunately, we had a tech malfunction, so I only have this little bit of a round to show you here, but what I can say was Maggie was fantastic. We went on to jump some absolutely huge bits, probably some of the biggest bits in the field, including the green triple brush and the works, and she was absolutely incredible, and it's definitely the way forwards. I just need to keep practicing and keep improving and changing my muscle memory because the horses were thriving for it.
Teasel, when did you get there? Teasel! Teasel! Come on, hurry up! Teasel!
She said, I think I found something nice to eat.
Sorry about the dog. Come on, Teasel. Steady, steady, tuck your bum underneath you. Activate your lower leg, steady. truck on up the hill. Balance through the corner here where you tuck your bum underneath you, activate with your lower leg, stay up in your body. Steady, steady. Brilliant, that was lovely, wasn't it? Good.
When she's on side, she is so on
That
side.
was lovely, wasn't it? The only place where I think you could have supported more with the rain was which one?
Was it on the way to
I thought it was the bird's nest down
Bird's
there at the
nest.
bottom of the hedge.
You know what, I was a little bit like that 'cause she doesn't like owl holes.
Right.
And after Donut being a bit, and I think like my natural instinct went, there you go.
It did.
Yeah.
So then what did she do?
She backed off and added.
Exactly. So that is your massive takeaway point from yesterday and today with her.
It's definitely the answer, isn't it?
Yes.
And like you say, staying light in the seat rather than sitting and driving.
Yes.
And then just, I need to get stronger to do this position.
And just remind yourself to use your lower leg.
Yes.
You do need your strokes a lot shorter. That you'll find that easier.
Do you think sort of like 1 or 2 holes would be
Yes.
better?
Yeah. Just when you're sitting there, it looks fine. But when you're
When I'm
galloping, you've almost got a straight leg.
Yes.
And that's, that isn't good. That isn't helping you with your stability or using your lower leg.
Yeah.
But this is looking great.
Feels-
Really good. Really,
That
really
was
good.
bigger than I realised when I came to it.
I know. Well, I thought it might be, but anyway, she sailed over it well, didn't she? She sailed
Size
over it.
isn't an issue for her.
I think, yeah, that's problem. Size isn't the issue, but we've got to get it right.
Yes.
Because she's very careful.
But getting it right is with her holding her hand, because she's got the scope to sort it. But if she has to do it on her own, then that's when she's not going to want, she's not going to do it. Understandably.
Hello, beautiful. You had a drink. Good girl. Wow, weren't you good? Huh? And you, Mr. Man? Ain't you a good boy? Get you going home now then. So that was quite whiz bang. We got a lot done very quickly, very early in the morning. Good boy. And I'm just gonna give his stable a muck out. Not that it's mucky, but leave it in really good condition. And Maggie's the same. Always had a good scratch. Got a good scratch. And then we're gonna load up and go home. He's enjoying that. Good boy. Home sweet home. It's very windy, but also very warm. I'm just switching the fence off. Titan's been in Donut's field so that he has the shelter in case, in case we have a rainstorm or, nice and cool. But he is currently fast asleep, so we're gonna have to go get him up and get him out your field, aren't we? Hey? Beastie! Beastie! Titan! Baby boy, time to get up! Did you just poo your pants? Good morning! Nice to see you! Maggie's back! You're having a good snooze there, huh? Good boy. Oh, you're off without me. Bye then. Okay, despite having only just woken up, he's not letting me catch him. Come here, you. You're always good to catch. He's not being silly and let me catch you. That is a firm no from you. What are you doing? Wait, I can't let him off until you let me catch you. Because you don't live together. Right, let's try now. Got him! And he's desperate to see Maggie. Did you miss her? Is it your bestie? Hey? Yesterday. You can't get through any quicker than I can walk over. Good boy. Goodness me, and after all of that antics of getting home, I appear not to have done an outro, so I never said goodbye at the end. I am now sat in bed doing my editing. We are eventing tomorrow, but I want to get it out tomorrow because I'm actually really late after a few bits and bobs going on. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you don't mind the sort of more raw style, but I wanted you to hear what Nick was saying to me and sort of how she was coaching. I had an earpiece in so I could hear her all the way around the cross-country field and the arena. And yeah, I hope it was valuable. There might be some little bits that you might want to play with your horses, and it would be really interesting to see how you find it, and it's going to be interesting to see how it develops on the season for me as well as we go on. So yeah, that's it. If you enjoy my videos, make sure you press that subscribe button because you then get to see more of them. And in the meantime, I will see you next time, which will be tomorrow's event vlog, which is not very far away. Bye, guys.
But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, no.